Here's a Lasko Freedom fan found at Walmart today. We just got back from vacation last night and had to go to Walmart and get some groceries today, and saw this on the shelf. Got pretty excited about it, ran over and grabbed one. I'm glad that they decided to put these out again this year. I regretted not buying one last year, and they were gone pretty quickly last year. At least I saw these at Menards, and then it seemed like about 2 weeks later I made up my mind that I wanted one and went back there to grab one, and they were gone. So get them while you can, I guess. Yeah, back to the vacation thing. So we spent a week in Florida, went to some various theme parks and stuff, and I was had a hunch that I was probably going to be seeing some unique fans, or I was just on the lookout for new, different, unique kinds of fans that I've never seen before, and I saw a ton of fans, especially like outdoor high velocity misting fans and stuff like that, some outdoor ceiling fans, and I got a lot of pictures and videos that I have yet to sort through and try to figure out how I'm gonna splice those together. A lot of the videos are like short clips, very short clips. Some of them are just a few seconds, some of them are longer, but yeah, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna put all of that together. It'll probably be over 3 or 4 different videos, but yeah, there's some really cool stuff in there. Just seeing how the fans are used and kind of the surroundings, it's pretty cool stuff. So I'm excited to put those together and show you guys. Those will probably be trickling out over the next couple of weeks, but so look out for that. But anyway, here's the Lasko Freedom fan, and it does have the typical cosmetic issues, even though it has a cool blue cabinet and the American flag sticker. I don't know if they put these on by hand or if there's a machine that stamps that on there. I don't know. It makes me wonder some other things about how they make these fans. So like, you'll notice the guard is not centered. You have overlap on the front here, and then it doesn't meet up with the other side on this side. On the back, it's even worse. You have overlap here, and then tons of space here. So the guards are off-centered, or it looks like it's actually like this, not like this, but it looks like it's just crooked. And then I'm trying to picture how they make these. I've been kind of picturing somebody standing there with something like this, drilling holes in the cabinet, and then putting the guards on. I realize that's probably not at all how they make these. They probably, so this cabinet is just like one strip of metal, comes in a flat strip of metal, and I guess the question is, when they stamp that out, do they stamp the holes at the same time? Do they stamp the screw holes and all the various holes that get stamped in it, do they all get done at the same time? My answer would probably be yes. So then these holes being in the right spot would be dependent on the cabinet being formed correctly. And that's kind of hard to do. I mean, I guess it's not hard to do, it's just tricky, I guess. I don't know. But I'm guessing that those holes are all put in there at the same time. And then after they form the cabinet, whoever is putting these guards on is pretty much at the mercy of the hole locations. So I wouldn't necessarily blame the person who's putting the guard on that the holes aren't in the right spot. I think that they probably do as much of this automated as they possibly can, although there's obviously some hand assembly to it. There's some leftover hot glue remnants on either side of the guard, I noticed. So I think this is basically a Cool Colors fan, although I think the box says that it says patented weather shield motor for worry-free window use. The weird thing about that is I was looking at the bottom stamp here where might be a little bit upside down here, but the draw is 0.8 amps, and they're usually 1.0 at least on the weather shield motors, so that's kind of weird. They're 1.0 or 1.1, pretty sure 1.0, so 0.8 would be the same rating. I think as the Cool Colors fans, I should look at that. I have one right here. Let's see what this says. So this is not a weather shield fan. This is just a black Cool Colors fan that's pretty dirty. What's this one say? 0.8. This one says 0.8 also. So has the same rating as a Cool Colors box fan, but they're saying that it has a weather shield motor. So I guess you have to look at the 2021 to 22 weather shield fans and see what the power draw is on that, unless it's just, I don't know what makes it a weather shield motor. I mean, it looks the same as the motors they've been using. 5 poles. Yeah, it looks like the same motor, so I'm not really sure how they... I've given up. I've given up trying to figure out Lasko and why they do certain things. But that bothers me. I'm gonna have to try to carefully peel that off. And yeah, I think it'll come off. I'll have to heat it up a little bit first, and I think I can pull that off and then straighten it out. It's kind of a bummer that this is a sticker and not like a painted stamp. I was kind of expecting to see a painted stamp on there, but oh well. I'm still glad I bought it so far. It's got the blue plug, patented blue plug, and we will see. I don't know if I already showed the box or not. I don't think I did, not too much. Freedom Fan features bold patriotic colors, weather shield motor. I don't know what makes it a weather shield motor. The other side is the same but Spanish. There were some instructions sitting somewhere that I have misplaced. Oh, here they are. There's the instructions. Doesn't come with the stickers. The long stickers that I like to use for my airflow testing on the 6-inch fans. Spanish on the other side. So not much to it. I really wish that they had done something a little bit different with the handle and the or the speed selector switch. I wish they would have made one of these red, one or the other. If they would have made one or the other of these red, or made the guards red and then left these white. I don't know. Could have been better. Could have been better. Like a lot of other things. Here is the low speed. Listen for the startup sound. Not much of a startup, and I heard some rubbing in there right away, which that could be anything. Blade's out of balance too. It's got a little bit of vibration and I can hear it here. Moves pretty good air for the low speed. It's pretty quiet. Doesn't really seem quite as loud as the usual cool colors. Two. Trying to focus in on something so you can see the vibration. Here's high speed. You can totally hear that rubbing sound. I don't know if that's just the bearings need to break in or if there's something rubbing in the back side of the hub there. It could be either. Maybe some of this glue got wrapped up in there. I don't know. Could be anything. So it has some typical cosmetic issues that I would expect from the Lasko fan, just with the guards not being centered and the blade being out of balance, rubbing noises, crumpled sticker, which I think I can fix. Hopefully I can fix that. If I rip it, I'm going to be upset. But not much of a startup sound. It really does sound like a weather shield motor. It doesn't sound as loud and obnoxious as the Cool Colors fans, even though the power draw would seem to indicate that it's the same motor, but it does say that it uses a weather shield motor, so I don't know what that's about. Try to catch a startup sound from the backside. Here's high. It just doesn't really have that high-end capacitor sound. It's not weak either. Like a few years ago, they had the Lasko fans where they had the mixed capacitors. You either got a fan with a larger capacitor or a fan with a smaller one. And this doesn't really seem to be like either of those. This kind of seems to be somewhere in between, more consistent with the newer weather shield fans. Here's medium speed. There's a startup sound there. There's kind of a low frequency hum there, but it's not too distinct. There's low. Yeah, my guess is it just needs to run for a while, and that rubbing sound will probably go away. That doesn't really sound like a plastic rubbing sound, or like anything's hitting in there. That actually sounds like a bearing sound to me. But yeah, it's pretty typical Lasko fan. I believe that this is a weather shield motor. But for whatever reason, the power rating is stamped as a Cool Colors fan, probably because they use the same cabinets. And I think the weather shield cabinets are actually a little bit bigger than these, so I guess that would make sense. But they sound just like the weather shield fans. They're a little bit more, this is a little bit more on the quiet side, not quite as loud and obnoxious as the Cool Colors and the yeah, whatever the air circulator is, the cheapest one. This is a little more on the quiet side. Definitely moves a lot of air though. Pretty strong fan, moves a ton of air, performs well. I'm happy with it for 26 bucks and change. I mean, adjust for inflation, and I think that this is still a pretty reasonable purchase. And they're limited edition. To some extent. They will be when they stop putting these out. That's what I was worried about, that they were never gonna put these out again. Then I really would have regretted not buying one last year. But they did, so get them while you can, and look out for those vacation videos. There are going to be some from Universal Studios, Kennedy Space Center, various other attractions. Patterson fans, Schaefer fans, Air King, Global Industrial, some pretty cool ceiling fans, stuff I've never seen before, and a lot of the fans are surrounded by some really cool stuff. So it's really cool to see how some of those are being used. So watch out for that, and go grab yourself a Lasko Freedom fan while you still can. There's still time. Thanks for watching.